Deatrick definitely deserves more recognition, but I mean, we recognize him in our building, so that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter what people outside are saying.
Evan Holm, in talking to you the last couple of years, you strike me as an incredibly humble dude. Did last year and being named a CFL All-Star, I don't know, bring things into perspective for you?
I don't know. It's cool to get recognition, I guess, but I'm still I don't really like to be recognized. I like to just kind of stay in the back, be quiet kind of guy, and just like to make plays and have fun. That's my mentality, So it didn't really change anything for me, no.
Okay, we'll end the interview there.
Yep, sounds good.
What are you most excited about coming into this year with, just I imagine, level of familiarity you now have?
Yeah, no, it's a lot more comfortable. I've said that a couple times. I'm just excited to hang out with the guys, make plays with the guys. That's the best part of my job.
Yeah.
Hanging out with everyone, on the field, but off the field as well. We do some fun things outside that, you just don't get that at other jobs or other places anyway.
I've heard a lot of guys talk about playing pro football. It's kind of like you're still in college, you're just going, you're studying, you're playing football, you're hanging out with the guys. It's a lot of familiarity, and instead of maybe a desk job or like I say, digging ditches, it's probably a lot better than that.
It's pretty fun. There's downsides to it too. It's a tough business. You got to succeed, or you're kind of gone. But yeah, there's a lot of aspects of this job you just don't get anywhere else. There's a lot more camaraderie than your average job. You care about the man next to you. You want them to trust you, and you can trust them, and you just don't get that doing anything else, at least to my knowledge. I've never had a different job, so.
I imagine training camp's an opportunity to meet a lot of new people, right? Because you got a whole bunch of guys here, especially defensive backs. And, your head coach has talked about it. The players have talked about it too, in that you guys want to help each other, even though you're competing, and you talk about, it being a tough business sometimes, but you want to help these guys kind of learn, your position being one that's very difficult for Americans to adjust to, right?
Yeah, no. Anybody who asks a question, you got to answer that. They are trying to take your job, but you can't really think of that. It's at the end of the day, it's for what's best for the team. And if someone's better than you, then it is what it is, kind of thing. So you never should, not help someone because it's not right. So always help people. That's number one. Doesn't matter. It's not about you, basically.
Right.
It's not about you, and that's kind of the motto.
Yeah. So you kind of got to put it out of your mind and just kind of go to work and do what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, you're always trying to get better. Maybe his question helps you as well. Helps you recognize things in your game, or it helps you. It's different when you know something than when you have to explain it. So you're like, oh, maybe I need to study a little bit more about this certain aspect, or maybe I didn't explain it well. So it kind of helps you know things quite a bit better.
That's an interesting perspective. Speaking of different perspectives, you got a different defensive coordinator this year, but a guy that you've worked closely with, former defensive backs coach Jordan Younger. What's Coach JY bring?
He brings a lot. He brings a lot of energy, different schemes, aspects. He has different things that he wants to do in his mind. Certain people in different positions. He's a good coach. He gets the best out of you. He always tries to push you. He likes to joke around a lot, so you can't take that to heart. He likes to make jokes. But I really like playing for him. So
yeah. Does it keep it interesting? I imagine with guys kind of moving all over the place, without getting into the weeds of it, like safety, halfback, dime backer, quarter. Everybody's kind of moving.
Yeah, I mean, you're expected to know what the people are doing on defense, especially around you. And sometimes, especially my first year, I'd think I'd be playing one position, and the next day he'd be like, okay, you're moving from half to corner, you're moving from this half to this half. And you kind of just see, basically it is a little test, see what you know, see how you're going to react to it. So you just kind of have to know everything. But yeah, he tests you in certain ways without you even realizing it. And that's one of the ways he likes to do it. So be ready to move around and know all the positions.
With so many talented players on the defensive side of the ball, really in the entire team, but especially a defensive back. When talking to Deatrick Nichols, the halfback, same position as you on the other side of the field. You guys both coming off CFL All-Star seasons. Do you guys sit down and talk about the the finer points of the game now that you've been here for a few years?
I mean, we do it every day in film. It's not like we specifically, go over each play in minute detail. But when it comes up, we talk about it. And then if I see him doing something that I maybe want to replicate in my game, I'll write that down, take notes. But really just, we have different play styles, so you can't, try to take too much from one another. But no, you don't really focus on that kind of thing. Just try to get a little bit better every day, and that's pretty much it.
Evan, you were ball hawking last year. The ball just seemed to find your hands a lot, and obviously a reason why you were named a CFL All-Star. But with someone like Deatrick, you mentioned that it's different play styles. Whether it's the quarterback maybe just not throwing your way, or you doing your job really well and just completion's not happening on you. Is there a dynamic of being a defensive back where it's like if your name isn't said by the play-by-play guys or that sort of thing, that you're doing a good job?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice when you do get thrown out, you get opportunities to make plays on the ball, but sometimes you can take certain things away just with your alignment, body position, driving on certain things, showing things in film where quarterbacks are like, okay, that route's dead. Field side to boundary side is a little bit different. It's a little quicker to the boundary side, quicker routes, longer developing routes, more running to the strong side. So it kind of depends, but Deatrick definitely deserves more recognition. But I mean, we recognize him in our building, so that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter what people outside are saying. It's really about your teammates and your coaches, which is hard to convey because it sounds, like, oh, it shouldn't matter if you get All-Star. It shouldn't, so.
Yeah. How do your play styles differ?
He likes to sit on stuff more. I like to rally to the ball. I know I have speed to close on things, especially the field, and then make plays on the ball. I will say, I can catch a little better than Deatrick.
Okay.
Sorry, Deatrick. But he's super good, and he's definitely one I trying to be better than. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Iron sharpens iron. I talked to him about that, playing against the receiving talent you have here in Winnipeg. I'll leave you on this one. Deatrick shared with me that he really studies the league, knows guys on both sides of the ball, really across the league. Have you studied or picked up on some of maybe the body language of quarterbacks across the league to kind of get indications and help you out?
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at as much as you can of different receivers, different things they like to do. Some like to have little things they like to give away, the way their body is, or like if they're tall or coming down, hand stuff. And then, we have a great staff, and Stan, he has a lot of notes and keys of the game for that week that really help out. But yeah, I do pick up on some defensive guys. We get to watch different offenses, and we like to kind of pick out certain players we like and kind of point them out. So,
like, are you ready for just playing some real football?
Yeah, I'm ready to play against someone else. So I'm just excited to get the season going and hang out with my teammates.
Should be fun. Thanks, Evan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.